It is the largest deficit of any country in the history of our world. It's out of control.
With that, Donald Trump took his first major action specifically against China on trade. The president authorized some $60 billion worth of tariffs on Chinese imports to the U.S. after a 7-month investigation into alleged Chinese theft of American intellectual property. Though we don't exactly know which of its products will be hit with a new tax, China has already vowed to not take the hit lying down. Case in point, Beijing just responded to U.S. tariffs on steel and aluminum products that Trump announced earlier this month by threatening to levy new taxes on American imports here worth $3 billion on everything from fruits and nuts to steel pipes. All this talk of tit for tat is making American industries nervous. Start with the simple soybean. The U.S. is the world's top soybean exporter, and China is its biggest buyer by far. Billions and billions of dollars worth was unloaded at ports like this one last year. And American farmers are well positioned to take advantage of that growth. The U.S. Soybean Export Council expects U.S. exports of soybeans to keep rising for at least the next 20 years. And it's not just farmers reaping the benefits.
Your diner and your doctors and your and other companies.
But already, officials and Chinese state media have singled out soybeans as a potential top target in Beijing's retaliation against these U.S. tariffs.
They know that if you look at President Trump's election and where those votes came from, a lot of them came from the Midwest in states that are very large in soybean production.
Kirk Leeds is visiting China with an agricultural delegation from one such U.S. state, Iowa.
The rhetoric, as you begin to perhaps pick winners and losers in trade relations and negotiations, that American farmers will, unfortunately, might be the ones that will pay the price for other industries.
Restrictions on market access could devastate U.S. industry. And it's not just soy. Other industries and companies could be government targets too. Think Apple or Boeing or Cisco, pawns in a potential trade war with lots of influence back home. A recent survey shows the majority of U.S. companies in China think trade between both countries isn't fair. They want things to change, but nobody wants a trade war. To achieve both, any new U.S. policies will have to walk a fine line, as thin as a flake of soybean. Matt Rivers, CNN, Qinhuangdao, China.